Hey, welcome to Disturbed. This is a game that I have never played, never heard of. It's one of those, like, another dull day passes as you struggle to manage your failing farm. Your crops are beginning to wilt and your cow is sick. It's one of those games where you basically have to, play through a little story. You have to click what you say. There's different endings. This is going along with my little spook hour, so here we go. Oh, am I supposed to... Oh, go back. I couldn't see that. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day you feel more uncertain if things will ever return to how they were before. Perhaps it is up to you. You've made up your mind. You are going to do something about it. Alright, let's do it. Oh, that's so cool. It's like a sketch. You stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Let's go to the crops. A path divides the crops you have labored so hard to prosper these past months. A penetrating odor reminds you that your plants are decaying away and time is running short. Well, that's freaking sad. Follow the path, go into the pen, go back. Let's just keep going. Whoa, is that a cave? You continue down the trail for a while until you see a cave off in the distance. You pause, questioning if there could be anything helpful in there. Dude, we're gonna go in the cave. Whoa. There is a faint whistle from the wind passing between the rocks. The temperature significantly cools as you enter the cave. You notice that there is a different smell, but you welcome it, comparing it to the deathly blight found outside. Go further into the cave. Before you take the next step, a large bear emerges from the darkness. You realize that you have made a terrible mistake, even thinking that something helpful can be in there. Fight the bear! I'm gonna frickin' run. The moment you turn to run, the bear roars with a deep growl, shaking the loose stones about the cave. All you can think about is making it back home in one piece. Well, you make it to the trail, then the bear catches up with you, tackling you to the ground. You scream in pain as the bear rips you apart. Your adventure ends here. Well, okay. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get back to that. I made a mistake. Alright, I'm going to go back to that. Okay, so go further into the cave. Alright, before you take your next step, a large bear emerges from the darkness. Alright, let's fight him. Fight the bear. You scan the ground and notice that there are numerous rocks you can grab to throw at the bear. You begin to do so as the bear approaches you. One after the other, you throw the rocks as hard as you can. Oh. The bear charges you as you bend over to grab another rock, tackling you to the ground. The bear bites into the neck. The bear bites into your neck, your body quickly goes limp and you die. Well, your adventure ends here. That's great. Okay, so my train of thought was that I would like jump up and like scare the bear, because that's what you're supposed to do with bears. I freaking guess not though. You stand, let's go to the crops. And let's go into the pen. Oh no. A toxic fume burns your nose as you enter the pen. Your poor cow lays lifeless on the ground as a growing blight slowly begins to consume her body. You feel sick to your stomach as you stand here, especially as you stare at the black mushrooms that dot the ground. Okay, so the mushrooms will probably kill me. Oh, I can save. Okay. Let's grab a mushroom. You kneel down and grab a mushroom. As you begin to rip it out of the ground, a cloud of spores spray from the mushroom. Your hands begin to burn and melt as you observe them. Slowly, your body shrivels up into a dark, moist consistency as the poison spreads. You die, eventually, after crawling about on the ground. Your adventure ends here. Ew! That's disgusting. Let's go back. Inspect the water. You inspect the water, looking for anything abnormal. You notice that the water has a dark consistency to it. Dropping a stone into it, black particles from the bottom swirl about like a thunderstorm. Your face shrivels in disgust. Whoa. Alright, I'm sorry, Mr. Cow. I loved you. Let's leave. Let's follow the path again, but bump the cave. You come down, and let's go ahead and... boop. Yes. Return. You come to a stop as you stumble upon a broken wagon. Let's inspect the wagon. You look about the mess and find bits of food and clothes scattered about the scene. You notice a key on the ground during your search. You pick up the key and continue on your way. I now have a key. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. After what felt like an hour or two, you reach a bridge. Nearby the path is a small shack similar to the house you have on the farm. The man that lives here is a kind fellow from what you recall. Maybe he's home. Let's inspect the shack. Oh, I don't like that. You walk toward the structure and knock on the door. Ellipse. You scratch the back of your head, figuring that the person that lives here is currently occupied, if not elsewhere. You remember picking up a key from the wagon and you use it on the door. The door unlocks. You decide to help yourself in. Observing the empty room, you realize something terrible must have taken place here. The room is a wreck, just like the wagon. Is that a trap door? You are overcome with fear as you think of the man that used to dwell here. Yeah, so there's a trap door. Let's go ahead and save this. Inspect the book on the table. You pick up the book and start to flip through the pages. You discover that this is a journal. Reading a passage or two can't hurt. Ellipse. Today's trading went smoothly, thank goodness. What I'm thrilled most about, however, is what one of my buddies mentioned to me at the conclusion of our day. Apparently, there is a pond nearby that has some of the biggest fish in the region. What a good catch! I can make enough to move things forward. I was caught off guard when he mentioned that nobody has been able to catch anything from there. I guess your typical fishing rod won't do the trick. But what can be done about it then? Something to be intrigued about, I suppose. Ellipse. These past couple weeks have been really rough for me. My trading business has gone under and I've lost nearly everything I own. This has pushed me to extremes, but they can't be helped now. I'm leaving this place forever, never to return. The land is dying and there's nothing but darkness here. Anyone reading this should leave while they can. Ellipse. You can't find a name to give this man, but regardless of the name, you got chills running down your spine. Open the trapdoor. Actually, save. You observe the trapdoor and notice a lock keeping it closed. With the key, you unlock the hatch and get it open. Without thinking, you travel downward. Walking down the steps leading below, the air attacks your body with a piercing cold. You notice immediately that there's a woman chained to the wall. The man had a prisoner? She doesn't seem to notice you as you study her. You feel darkness surround you as you stay in this awful place. You tremble as you try to form words in your mouth. You there! Let me out of here! The pressure of such a demand makes you freeze. You take a moment to think about the situation before you respond. What got you locked up to begin with? You'll never believe me, even if I told you the truth. Ellipse. Something brought you here. Please, have mercy on me. Ah, dip dang, dude. Ah, dip dang. Alright, let's free her. I don't think that was the right choice, though. These games always punish you for being the nice guy. You approach the woman and unlock the shackles that bind her. As her arms become free, she moans in pain. Oh, thank you so much. The woman struggles to regain her strength, but starts to stand up on her own. As she gets up, she turns towards you. Ah! I will now do you a favor. What seemed to be the face of a helpless woman disappears as a horrible image manifests itself before you. You feel the chilling grip of bone hands lock into your arms. What's the favor? Energy flees from your body and you fall to your knees. You feel the essence of your life slip away as everything goes black. It is unfortunate that your journey ends here. I freaking knew it. Alright, you garbage girl. Frick off. I will not. No, don't go. With nothing else to interact with, you make your way up the stairs. As you exit, you can hear the woman laugh behind you. The voice causes the shack to shake. You leave the shack as fast as you could. You leave the shack and cross the bridge before something bad happens. You cross the bridge safely and continue down the trail. After all that has happened, you feel that you should take a moment to rest. You find a spot under a tree and sit down. Getting comfortable, you tilt your head back against the tree and gaze into the sky. Okay, let's take a nap. Your eyes close and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. As your mind wanders, you see a blurry image. Details emerge as you gaze. You wonder who this might be. A bad feeling then overcomes you and you realize who this is. You try to wake yourself up. You wake up and jump to your feet, looking about yourself and your surroundings. All seems well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad will happen to you if you stay here. Moving forward seems like the only logical option now. Alright, what we're going to do is save, and then, no, and then load this game. Loading will say, okay, yeah, and we're going to pick at the grass. As you pick at the grass, blades in your reach, the ground begins to shake. Before you can get up, roots from below sprout from the ground and wrap around your legs. You turn around to see a large, angry face looking back at you. Your jaw drops in horror. No sound or scream escapes your tongue as the tightening grip of the roots squeeze what air is left from your body. Your adventure ends here. Well, that was fun. All right, let's go back to this. You reach a point where the trail splits into two paths. Which way should you go? Let's go ahead and replace that, because we already know what happens. Let's go left. Lefty-loosey. After continuing down the path for some time, you come to a stop. You notice that there is some sort of trail that leads through the grass up here nearby, that leads through the grass up toward a nearby hill. If you had not stopped, you probably would have never noticed. Which way do you go? Continue down the path, follow the trail in the grass, go back where the path is split. Continue down the path. Let's go in the grass. Whoa! Following the subtle trail in the grass, you stumble upon what looks like a grave. Inspect the grave, of course. You approach the grave. You look at the sword with intrigue. Before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. Please be cool. I like him. The sword. May I have it? The blade is cursed. I am bound here by the pain of my past. If you desire the sword, free me from it. You slowly motion for the sword. Fool! Only something of pure essence can free me, a rare hope, like a flower found in darkness. Grab the sword, back away from... Ooh, this is so freaking cool! We can replace the cellar. Grab the sword. You reach for the sword. Before you can lay your finger on it, the spirit grabs your arm. A sharp pain flows over your body as flesh melts off your bones. What fragments remain fall to the ground. Your adventure ends here. Yeah, but that guy was awesome. Back away from the sword. You listen to the specter and leave the sword. The figure fades out of view. Let's continue on. You pause to see that there's a lake nearby. The trail continues on to your right. Continue along the trail, inspect the lake. Let's inspect the lake. You step near the lake and look down into it. Resting underwater is an orb of some sort sitting at the bottom of the lake. There's something strange about it, as if it were calling to you. Oh, this is bad news, Bear. Let's first off save. Second, let's dive in. You close your eyes and jump into the lake. You open your eyes to see the stone sitting before you. You start to make your way towards it. A large fish comes into view. It quickly notices you with its mouth stretched open. You try to leave for the surface, but the fish catches up to you. You quickly find yourself helpless before the creature. You close your eyes as the giant fish rips your body apart with its teeth. You die a very painful death. Your adventure ends here. Okay, let's go back and leave the lake. Now is probably not the time. Alright, let's continue along the trail. The faint trail comes to an end. There is a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. Inspect the stone pillars, baby. You stand before the large stones arranged in the shape of a circle. In the center is a stone with what appears to be some sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed here. Seeing that you can't do anything, you head back. The faint trail comes to an end. There is a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. Explore the field. You find yourself gazing over a grass field with hills rolling off into the distance. A unicorn! As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It disappears out of sight before you can do anything. Surely the unique powers of a unicorn can help you with your quest, but there's clearly something wrong. If only there was a way to charm it. So that's the end of this one. I'll have to go all the way back until I can continue down the path. You walk for some time to find an endless field of grass. There is a stone well near the path. Inspect the well. You peer down the well. Other than the evident water at the bottom, there is a coin resting against the wall of the well. If possible, you feel you should go down and take the coin. Here we go. You lean over the edge of the well. There is no possible way you can obtain the coin by reaching for it. With this in mind, you turn and climb down along the inner wall of the well. You take a few successful steps down, but your luck runs out. You misplace your foot and you fall. Tumbling about, your body clashes against the stone walls. With a single knock on your head, you lose all consciousness of your accident. With a splash, you fall into the water. Your body sinks effortlessly and you drown without realizing it. Your adventure ends here. Continue on. Walking over hills of grass and grain, you reach the walls of Ouroboros. Several times a year, you come here to trade goods for the farm. You discover the plague that has spread to your farm also has spread all the way out here. The path before you is overrun with blight. Continue across. You have come a long way and you don't desire to turn back now. You march forward into the tainted soil. Before you can realize what happened, you sink completely under the ill soil. Darkness consumes you and your lungs struggle for air. Your body burns in pain as you suffocate and die. Your adventure ends here. Oh boy. Well, I think I'm going to end it here for our first episode. We played for a solid 17 minutes. I honestly can't think of how much I'm going to cut out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you want me to keep playing this. This was seriously a cool game. Thank you so much for watching, and you'll see me soon. Hopefully playing this, I'll probably do another episode. Thanks for on. Oh, okay, it's just a little boy. You can handle little boys. You've handled him before. Looks like my brother, TBH. He runs around with 2 little knives, and I wish I was kidding. Seems like it's locked from the other side. You know what? If I have to compliment one thing in this game, it's how many doors they have locked.